Hello everyone, another interview with Chris in Variety, May the 24th. I guess there will be more coming now. As Star Citizen hits 1 billion in lifetime funding, Cloud Imperium chief reveals fan impact, Squadron 42 closing stages, game update exclusive. Cloud Imperium Games marked a major milestone Sunday, May the 24th, as the game developers' open-world, massively multiplayer online space game Star Citizen has reached 1 billion in lifetime funding before formalizing a release date for its full commercial launch. I would like to remind everyone again, according to Carl Jones, CRG was already at $1 billion in January 2025. In summer 2025, Chris confirmed this. CRG not only has backers, CRG also has private investors, for example the Caldas, who give Chris more than $80 million, which at some point they want to have back. At least here they are correct, that was originally targeted at 2014 release, actually November 2014, Star Citizen and Squadron 42. Here's Angry Joe doing the Kickstarter and he bought an Andromeda. Nowadays, Angry Joe talks quite differently about Star Citizen.
It's called a rear admiral. That sounds kind of nasty, but I am a rear admiral. And so that'll get me, obviously, the finished game. The RSI Constellation, this Millennium Falcon, and maybe I can convince some of my friends like, Spoonie or other Joe to be crew in it. We can go and travel the galaxy together and make funny videos about our encounters and shit. So that'll be pretty fun. I mean, this game looks to be really fucking amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and pledge. So if you want to be in the alpha and the beta for the game that comes out, they're estimating hopefully to have it out by November 2014. Obviously, that's a long time away.
Chris Roberts, a lot of people want to spend time adventuring out in the virtual world of something that's like Star Citizen. And that's really what helped us to get where we are, because the dream's so big that it's something that you don't get in any other game. Yes, no other game promises what Star Citizen does. However, we will never get a game Chris and CRG promised us in the last 13 years. Never. What we will get will be much more shallow, much more primitive, with much less physics, and not even machines NPCs helping with loading, unloading. Chris continues, but with what we are doing, people just want to see the biggest, best world possible, and they love the idea of the dream. No, people want to have a playable game. People want to have a game without massive interaction layers, without massive do things. People want to have a game with functional inventory system. People want to have a game with a halfway decent UI. And people want to have more than just 5-star systems. Chris, no one cares about the biggest, best world possible when now in year 14, after more than $1 billion in funding, all we have is a laggy, buggy tech demo with missing basics, missing mechanics, almost no physics. Chris continues, I fully believe that we have still a long time, even after we have got what we call 1.0 out, and we are not considering an alpha anymore. That will be adding and building on the universe and the world, and it will be a place for people to adventure together and meet up together and have fun together. Well, 1.0 will be a bare minimum product with just 5-star systems, missing basics, missing mechanics, almost no physics, no alien worlds, and not even NPC crews. Of course, the hope is that CRG will continue developing Star Citizen even after 1.0 is out. But what if the money slows down? Can CRG really continue after 1.0? I'm not so sure, maybe for a few years, but after that? And a few years is not enough to give us the stretch goals, for example 100-star systems. I would like to remind everyone again what 1.0 means. This is Richard Tarrier, CitizenCon 2024.
Is that 1.0 is the full release of the game. The 1 means we're committing to higher base performance and minimal bugs. No longer will we reference that the game is in development. This will be a fully released and polished experience. It means fully rounded gameplay loops, from new player experience to story missions and endgame content. And crucially, it means no more resets between patches. It's a true, persistent universe. Higher base performance and minimal bugs.
Yeah, minimum bugs, this alone will take years. CRG's code is rotten by now with quick and dirty fixes, several layers on top of each other. The people who wrote the code are not with CRG anymore, there's little to no documentation. So if 1.0 is really minimum bugs, like Richard Tyrer said, SystemCon 2024, we won't see 1.0 next 5 years. And here again, Chris compares his game with World of Warcraft. Chris, World of Warcraft is a functional game, but you have delivered nothing functional in more than 13 years. I don't know why they are showing a very old photo of Chris. This is from 2016. And Sandy's photo looks a bit shopped to me. Star System maker Cloud Imperium Games is among the largest indie game developers in the world, with more than 1,000 employees across studios in Manchester, Austin, Frankfurt and Montreal, and cumulative revenue approaching 1 billion. Again, CRG is at over 1 billion since January 2025. And I wouldn't call CRG an indie developer, no. If I would call Star System an indie game, it would be an insult. Yes, CRG doesn't have a publisher that looks over their shoulders, but a publisher can be a good thing. Without a publisher, Chris can just take all the time in the world and still delivers only very little. Chris continues, Squadron 42 is a cinematic single-player game set in the same universe as Star Citizen. In the narrative-driven space epic, Squadron 42, players become a central character, experiencing a carefully crafted story brought to life through full performance capture and cinematic production on a blockbuster scale. Yeah, Squadron 42 will only have around 40 hours. It will be mostly an interactive movie, and from time to time we can do something very interesting, like sitting in a turret and firing at enemies that are coming straight to us, not even any evasive maneuvers, or platforming from wreck to wreck on a fixed path. I really hope there's more to Squadron 42 than just watching cutscenes and have gameplay on rails. We are in the closing stages of Squadron 42 and it's coming together really well. Remember SystemCon 2023?
As you may have guessed, and Brian Chambers may have let slip a bit earlier, we are feature complete on Squadron 42.
And again, Chris compares himself to people like James Cameron. Come on, Chris. Don't do this. This makes you look very silly. We know how well your career as a movie director went, Chris, so stop this, please. While no release date has been set for Squadron 42, Sandy Roberts confirms that they are imminently closer to launch. Okay? 1 week from now, we are closer to launch than we ever were before. 1 day from now, we are closer. 1 second from now, we are closer to launch than we ever were before. This sentence has no meaning. At the moment, the heat is being turned up for Squadron 42. Oh, you mean that you have, according to leaks, put at least $500 million exclusively into Squadron 42, and very little of this money will port over to things in the PU. So the marketing campaign for Squadron 42 is quite different from Star Citizen. If CRG really wants to release Squadron 42 this year, they have to start with marketing in summer. I am not so sure we will see a release of Squadron 42 in 2026. Link to this is my first pinned comment below. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
No.
Hi, I'm Mark Hamill, though starring in Wing Commander. I'm also featured on Mask of the Phantasm.
Wow.
Now this can be yours for nice
Oh,
Troublemaker.
yeah.
Look at that, look at that top.
Look at that. That's real plastic, too. That is. See, what you do is you open it.
Towards Billy Butler.
You open it, and then you smell the plastic. Oh, that was a good week. Very good week.
Hey, if you got those plastic champagne glasses we asked for.
Oh, dear me.
There you go, Tom.
That's very kind of you. You didn't have to do that. This would be just fine. The way I drink.
Oh, Cliff.
Hey, don't start with me, Bernard. Thank you. That's very nice. Man, if you people weren't in costume.
Chris isn't.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.